Software configuration management. Change is always constant when you build a computer software, and change always increases the level of confusion among the software engineers who are working on a project. So confusion comes when changes are not analyzed before they are made or recorded before they are implemented and reported to those who need to know. Let's take a quick look at software configuration management. When you build a computer software, change happens, and because it happens, you need to control it effectively. So what is it? SCM is a set of activities designed to control change by identifying the work products which are likely to change. Who does it? Everyone involved in the software engineering process. But you can have some special teams who can manage the SCM process. Why is it important? If you don't control change, it will control you, and that is never good. It is very easy for uncontrolled changes to turn a well-run software project into disaster. For that reason, software configuration management is an essential part of good project management. What are the steps? Because many work products are produced when software is built. So each work product should be uniquely identified. So once this is accomplished, mechanisms for version and change control can be established. So we need to define some mechanisms to manage the different versions and the changes of the work products. What is the work product? What is the output of the SCM? It is a software configuration management plan, which is going to define the project strategy for SCM. So whenever an SCM is called, the change control process produces the change request and reports and engineering change orders. Software configuration management is defined as the art of identifying, organizing and controlling modifications. So here we are going to identify and organize and control the changes which are done to the software and built by the programming team. So the art of coordinating software development to minimize confusion is called configuration management. So configuration management is an activity which is applied throughout the software process. The goal is to maximize productivity by minimizing mistakes. So if we can reduce the mistakes, we can increase our productivity. Because change can occur anytime, in the beginning or during or at the end of the software process development. But what if change happens? Then SCM activities are developed to identify such changes and then control those changes and ensure that the change is properly implemented. And finally, report changes to those who are interested, such as stakeholders, senior managers, and the other software teams. Now, there is a difference between a software support and software configuration management. Support is a set of software engineering activities that occur after the software has been delivered to the customer and put into operation. So when you deliver your software to the customer and if the customer reports any changes, that will come under software support. But in software configuration management, it is a set of tracking and control activities that begin when the software engineering project begins and it ends only when the software is taken out of operation. So the primary goal of software engineering is to improve the easiness so that the changes can be accommodated and reduce the amount of effort expended when changes must be made. So in this chapter, we discuss the activities that enable us to manage change. Software configuration. The output of a software process is information that can be divided into three types. Number one, computer programs, which can be source level or executable level. Number two, documents that are used to describe the programs to technical users as well as normal users. And third is your data, which can be contained inside the program or external. The items that comprise all information produced as a part of software process are called as software configuration. So the output of all these three types, we call it as a software configuration. So when the software process progress, a number of software configuration items grows rapidly. So when we have a system specification, it will release a software project plan as well as SRS. And this SRS will create a hierarchy of other information. So when each software configuration item release other software configuration item, then little confusion will come. But unfortunately, another variable enters, that is change. So everything goes as per the plan, then there is no problem. But when change enters, then there is a problem. So how does the change occurs? We have four origins of change. Number one, new business or market conditions. So when we are entering into a new business or when the market conditions change, then there is a change in product requirements. Number two, when new customer needs demand modification of data produced by your system, or they demand a new functionality delivered by a product, or they demand a new service delivered by a system. Number three, reorganization or business growth. So when new organizations they merge or they split, they will cause changes in project management or software engineering structure. Number four, budgetary or scheduling constraints. So when we have some budget issues or when we have less time, less money and less people, then we need to have a change in our software process. So software configuration management is a set of activities that have been developed to manage change throughout the life cycle of computer software. It can also be viewed as a software quality assurance activity. It is also applied throughout the software process. So in the following slides, we are going to see SCM, task and other important concepts that are going to help us to manage change. Baselines. Change is a fact of life in software development. Like customers want to modify requirements, developers want to modify their technical approach, and managers want to modify their project strategy. So everyone wants modification. The answer is quite simple because as time passes, all the people know what they need and which approach will be best and how to get it done. This additional knowledge is a driving force behind the most changes, and it leads to a fact that all the changes are justified. So people who propose the changes, they always justify their statement. So what is a baseline? IEEE defines baseline as a specification or a product that has been formally reviewed and agreed upon. That means some work has been done on the software product and which is formally reviewed by everyone and also agreed. But thereafter, it serves as a basis for the development. Let's say we are making a software product and the first version, we call it as 1.0. So it is agreed by everyone and it becomes a basis for future development. And further, any changes can be done in that version only through formal change procedures. So like we have a 1.0 and if you want to introduce any new changes, for example 1.1, that can be only done through formal change control procedures. So we have to follow some procedure here to add new versions. Let's take an example of a restaurant. There are doors to a kitchen in a large restaurant. One door it is marked as out and another is marked as in. So the waiter can go in from one door and come out from another door. Now, if the waiter picks up an order in the kitchen and places that on a tray, and then he realizes he has selected the wrong dish, so he may change the correct dish quickly and informally before he leaves the kitchen. Now, in another case, if he leaves the kitchen and takes the wrong dish to the customer, and then it is informed him of his error, then he must follow a procedure that he has to check what is the right dish. Then he has to apologize to the customer for bringing the wrong dish. And third, he has to return to the kitchen through the indoor and explain the problem, and so on. So we can relate this restaurant example with our software configuration process. So baseline is similar to a kitchen doors in the restaurant. So before a software configuration item becomes a baseline, change can be made quickly. However, once a baseline is established, any changes can be made, but with the help of a formal change control procedure. We will see a diagram to understand this process. So baseline is a milestone in the development of software. It is marked by the delivery of one or more configuration items. So when you achieve something in the development of software, we call it as a milestone. So the initial version of a software we call it as a baseline, and it is happens by the delivery of one or more software configuration items. And approval of these STIs is obtained through a formal technical review. So people who sit together to approve the changes to the software configuration process. Here we have a section called as project database, which is going to store our system specification, our software requirement specification, our design specification, our source code, our test plan, and everything. So the software engineering team, they are going to perform some activities on the software work products. We call it as SCIs. It is software configuration items. Software engineering tasks, they produce one or more STIs as baseline, and after formal technical review it is approved, and finally it is stored in the project database. So the SCIs can be any one of them. It can be a system specification, it can be a project plan, or it can be a software requirement specification, or you can your other diagrams in design. It can be your source code, it can be your test plans, and so on. So when a member of software engineering team wants to make any modification to the baseline SCI, then that version of SCI is extracted and is given to the private space of the software engineering member, so that he can modify the changes, and then those changes has to be formally reviewed, and then after approval it is going to be stored back to the project database. So this is the cycle. So the arrows indicate the modification path for the baseline STI. So we have defined software configuration items as the information that is created as a part of software engineering process. However, the software configuration item can be considered into a single section of a large specification, or one test case in a large suite of tests. So more realistically, an SCI is a document, or it can be an entire suite of test cases, or it can be a program component. It can also be editor or compilers. So SCIs are organized to form configuration objects that may be cataloged in a project database with a single name. So we have SCIs such as design specification or test specification, data model, and components, and source code. So as you can see here, it is a collection of multiple tasks. Here also the test specification is an SCI. It consists of multiple activities. So together we call it as an object. So configuration object has a name, attributes, and is connected to other objects by relationship. So we group the multiple SCIs together, and has a name for it. We have some attributes, and it is connected to each other via some arrows. So the curved arrow, it is a compositional relationship, and the double-headed arrow, as you can see here, is an interrelationship.